Alright, live on YouTube, live on Rumble. Good afternoon. Welcome to Weird Weekly Recap, AKA W.W.R. This show is a dive into the odd, obscure world, bizarre, in other words, or strange world of notable events, weather, and sports, AKA news. I'm Xander.
Golden Moon.
And you, viewer, thank you so much for coming in and joining us. Let's move this camera a little bit. There we go. Today is, of course, Saturn's Day, AKA Saturday, April 4th, 2026. Isn't there something interesting on April 4th or something? I'm not sure. Anyway, let's jump into the news today, shall we? From Oddity Central, the world's largest hotel features over 7,000 rooms. Wow.
Who the heck's that?
The first World Hotel in Plaza is not the world's most impressive hotel. This is okay, yada, yada, yada. When it was inaugurated in 2006, the first World Hotel in Plaza had just 6,118 rooms, and it actually lost the title of the world's largest hotel just 2 years later when the Venetian Hotel in Vegas expanded to 7,128. However, with the construction of the second tower, the Malaysian resort regained the title in 2015 and has been holding onto it ever since. So this is...
What's the final number?
The final number is...
Oh, I'm sorry, you're not there yet.
No, well, let's see here.
I thought they said at the beginning.
Well, it currently... it did, like right here. Over 7,000 rooms.
Okay.
7,351 operational rooms across two large towers, making it the world's largest hotel. But this isn't really news because this happened in 2015 or whatever.
Wow.
It held the title in 2015, so why are we talking about this 10 years later? Maybe because it's a 10-year anniversary or something?
That makes no sense. That's not news.
Yeah.
Or say,
yeah,
for 10 years it's, held the...
Yeah. It says it currently has 3,164 standard rooms, 2,922 luxury rooms, 649 luxury triple rooms, 480 superior luxury rooms, and 136 world club rooms. Okay? Pardon me. And by the way, if you want to read more of this or any other articles that we have or will cover, it's already down in the underbar of the description below. So go browse at your heart's pleasure.
By the way, I've stayed at the Venetian before.
Yes, I think we both have.
I think so.
Yeah, I'm just getting hit by allergies. Moving on up here, a Dutch politician expelled from her party by editing her publicity photo too much. So look at the huge difference.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I mean, I've heard of politicians being liars, but come on, dude, this is absolutely obscene.
Yeah, you just photoshopped that.
Well, she's a whole different person, with skeletal structure, everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, she still has that little jowl right there, but other than that, you can't even tell. I mean, I guess the eyebrows...
She looks... Well, if I could recognize her at all, she's at least 30 years younger.
Yeah, well...
In that photo. If I wouldn't recognize her, I'd say maybe it's your daughter or something.
Those must have been some really hard 30 years then. Yikes. Looking at her publicity photo, you'd be tempted to think that Patricia Richmond is the youngest-looking 59-year-old woman in the world. She is a councilwoman. She elected to represent a neighborhood in Rotterdam, Netherlands. She's been criticized for using generative AI to edit the official candidate photo that she personally provided to the point where she became unrecognizable. Despite the obvious difference, she insisted that she is the person in the photo. Dude, how can you possibly, run for something and not use your actual image? How stupid?
Well... You can do a little bit of touch-up, maybe. You do that with makeup. It's not the real person when you're looking at makeup.
Yeah, but, to this extent, this is just outrageous. That's what I said, a little bit of this is outrageous. No. Moving on up here, the world's spiciest plant made the hottest chili pepper feel mild in comparison. Pepper X, the world's hottest chili pepper, according to Guinness World Records, has a score of 2.69 million units on the Scoville scale. To put that into perspective, a jalapeno is at 20 or something. Just 20.
Wow.
And this is at 2-something million. Over 2.5 million. Most people can't handle that level of spiciness, but it pales in comparison to pure capsaicin, the substance that gives chilies their spiciness. It itself, the capsaicin by itself, is rated at 16 million Scoville units. It's a powerful irritant and can cause extreme pain and even death when consumed in high enough quantities. But even capsaicin doesn't come close to the spiciness of resiniferia toxin. Well, there's toxin in the name, so this has to be horrifying.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine just how hot resiniferia toxin feels. It is rated at 16 billion Scoville units, making it 1,000 times more potent than capsaicin and virtually unbearable to mammals, even in minuscule quantities. It is the most potent natural pain-inducing compound known to man, and is more of a chemical weapon than a spicy substance to be injected.
That's not spice. That's
that's straight up.
Yeah.
You know, that's like.
Do you remember the chip challenge they had?
Yes. The one chip challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember my nephew, for one, was going to get. He was
Oh,
getting something.
man.
He hadn't got it yet.
No.
So I never heard what happened.
I hope
but
he
I
didn't do it.
remember Shaq saying, "I can do that,"
Oh yeah.
without making a facial expression.
Yeah.
He had the milk and everything, and all. You could see Shaq just, and all of a sudden, the whole facial expression went. It was so funny.
I'm looking it up right now. So, and he insists that he doesn't do a face because he just goes like that's something that you would do.
There's nothing to me.
Nothing.
There it is, right there.
I'm not making a face.
Yeah.
I'm not.
He's insisting he's not making a face.
Are you kidding me?
No, you want to see a Shaq first we feast. You want to see a face. And this, look at that. Look at that. That's now a meme. Like, this portion is hilarious. He starts off by talking smack or something. And he's just like, oh, well, let's see if I can find it. Actually,
Is this one of those deals where you do hotter and hotter and hotter spices?
yes.
Yeah.
Hold on a
they got
second.
I've seen that other people do it.
Is this it?
Yeah, that's it. Wait.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Let me play this. He's talking about Kansas or something, not knowing what they're doing.
Beyond insanity hot sauce.
Beyond insanity hot sauce. Oh.
Where you be getting all this stuff from?
That's from Kansas.
Kansas don't know how to do no hot wings. Kansas.
Right there. That wasn't the thumbnail, but that's just like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, what have I done?
Kansas doesn't know how to do hot wings.
Face.
That's what makes him so great.
Yeah. Too bad he's a Freemason. So, anyway, moving on up. Grandmother wrongfully jailed for nearly 6 months after AI facial recognition error. Dude, we have got to.
Here we go.
We have got to back off of this AI stuff because especially like the Western world is so like dependent on authority to tell us what to think and how to think that now we're putting that into the hands of AI, and things like this are going to just go rampant, and pretty soon nobody's going to do anything about them. They're just going to start locking people up, and that's that. You know, because the amount of time and effort and money, resources and stuff that's going to take to actually look into things to verify it is going to be obscene. So they're just going to be like, okay, well, that sucks. You know, I guess the AI doesn't like you. You know, and that's going to happen. We got to back off of this AI because that will happen if we don't. The grandmother of 5 told investigators that she had lived most of her life in north central Tennessee and had never been on a plane. Unfortunately, police in Fargo, North Dakota had obtained a signed warrant for her arrest on multiple charges, including felony theft and felony unauthorized use of personal identifying information. Angela Lips later learned that she had been identified as a suspect in an organized bank fraud case. Investors reviewing cases in April and May of 2025 in which a woman used a fake U.S. Army military ID to withdraw tens of thousands of dollars from banks, used facial recognition software on surveillance camera footage, and identified the Tennessee grandmother as the main suspect.
Yikes.
We gotta knock it off with this AI stuff.
We gotta learn from this. We have to learn. I saw she went through it, and I'm glad it got squared away.
No, this is learning from it. Don't do it. Don't use it.
We have to learn.
You know,
not to do this.
Yeah, well, no, people are going to say, oh, well, AI is still in its infancy. We're still working out the bugs.
Then don't do this crap.
I don't want AI at all. I don't care if you work out the bugs. I don't want it to be done because what's stopping somebody from hacking in and putting the bugs back in, or framing somebody, or getting rid of their wife if they want to get the inheritance or whatever. This could be played so wrong. And I have a feeling that this is happening because this is the intended outcome of the system. Anyway, what else do we got here? Girl power. A 9-year-old girl weighs 60 pounds, deadlifts 3 times her body weight, 180 pounds.
Whoa!
I'm not even 6, 12, 18.
18. So, yeah.
I'm not even sure if I can do that. 6, 12, 18. So, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So, yeah, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So, I'm not even sure if I can do that. So,
180 pounds?
I'm not sure.
That's
it's heavy.
Deadlift. What's she doing it?
Deadlift. She just lifts it up. She doesn't lift it above her head.
Yeah.
I saw the video earlier. She just crouches, grabs, stands up, and she's like, really struggling, and then she drops, but she does it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's the legal thing. That's how you do it, and you drop it afterwards. See,
yeah.
You get your legs squared up. Walked in. You're done.
Yeah, I'm just gonna mute
Look
that.
at this.
Let me fast forward to the actual lifting.
I think I could do it, but.
Play. There we go. Remember, she's 9 years old and only weighs 60 pounds. This is 3 times her body weight. I mean, she's really struggling.
You have to hold it for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, but she did it.
Yeah.
Remarkable.
Wow.
I mean, dude, that lifting belt does not look good on her at all.
No.
Like, it's so big.
Yeah.
But like, what was that? Oh, whoops. Hold on a second. I screwed up there. I accidentally closed the article. But like, that is impressive.
Yes,
okay,
it is.
here we go. This is a link. Let me open up a new thing here really quick. There you go. A woman allegedly called ICE on migrant workers fixing her roof to avoid having to pay them.
Oh,
just,
God.
yeah, I told you about this earlier. This is just sick.
I hope she didn't get away with this.
Well, obviously, it's news, so at least it's known. In the video shot by Brian Polanco, a worker with permanent residency, from the roof of the property in Cambridge, Maryland, federal agents can be seen waiting on the lawn in front of the house for his co-workers to come down from the roof. As he is filming, Polanco said he and his co-workers had come to fix the homeowner's roof, but she repaid them by calling ICE to have them taken into custody. Now, if they're investigating her, I want them to investigate her voting records and her political ideology, because this sounds like something a Democrat would do in order to further demonize ICE.
Okay, so the head guy was a permanent resident, so he was going to get out of it eventually. And I hope they go after her to pay that bill.
Well, they need to go after her to pay all the legal fees.
I hate to say this, and I'd never do it, but mentally I would come back and burn down her house.
No.
Yeah, I know.
Now you're starting to sound like me.
I know. I say
okay,
it's
what the
that
hell?
maddening. I said mentally I would do that. Mentally.
Only one of us can be a psychopath here, and it ain't you, okay? Like,
that's just horrid. Just horrid. I've had so many good, family, hard-working Hispanics work for me. I have nothing but the absolute respect for them, and to do something like that.
It's disgusting.
It is. I wish they'd tell us that she didn't get away with it. Just hope
here we go. She allegedly owes $10,000 to. She even helps agents detain them. Oh, wait. So this is so she owed them $10,000 as the bill.
Yeah.
And then she apparently even helps the ICE members detain these people.
Yeah.
So, the woman identified as Karen T. She's a Karen. She's a fucking Karen.
We have to move on. I'm too annoyed.
Okay. Motorists fined nearly $140,000 for exceeding speed limit by 18 miles. Good.
What?
Well, they were 18 miles over the speed limit. 18 miles per hour.
Yeah, I got that. But how do you get to 140 more?
Well, it says last week, Wickloff was caught doing 59 kilometers an hour or 37 miles per hour in a 30 kilometer an hour or 19 mile per hour zone while driving a sports car in the Alan Islands archipelago in the Baltic Sea. In Finland, exceeding speed limits by over 20 kilometers an hour is considered a serious offense and is punished accordingly, where still fines are linked to the offender's income. Okay.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
Good. Now we need to do something like that too.
They take 2% of your income or whatever.
We need to do something like this.
I've heard this
because
before.
this makes it that much of a lesser blow to people who are in real dire straits.
Actually, when is the date on this thing? Does it say? Because I remember a long time ago.
You're talking about
happening.
Yeah,
someone was speeding and it cost them $500,000.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I think this is new though.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Yeah, this is 2023.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Okay, well this is something else. In 2023, he made national headlines after getting a similar fine. So he's a repeat offender.
Twice.
He's a repeat offender. They got to, at this point, impound his car, and then make the impound fee, a equal percentage, thing as well. Have him pay like 15 times the actual price of the car, So really stick it to him.
Money obviously isn't a problem.
Yeah. So make him feel it.
If you're a billionaire, you don't give a
Yeah.
shit about 140,000.
Yeah. Moving on up to UPI, a 90-year-old athlete held dead hang position for nearly 3 minutes. What's your excuse? What's my excuse?
He's dead. Maybe he was, and they tied him up there.
The record-keeping organization said Anne Shirley Ellison was 90 years old and 231 days when she held the dead hang position for 2 minutes and 52 seconds. She took the record from Annie Judas, who was 81 years when she completed the same feat back in 2024.
Both women.
Congratulations, yeah.
Probably because they're a lot less body mass.
Yeah,
I don't think I could hang there for 2 or 3 minutes.
probably not.
That's a long time.
Yeah. We have a Missouri pet named the world's oldest dove at the age of 44. Guinness World Records said Sugar, a dove belonging to the Chesterfield resident Dwayne Orender at the age of 77, surpassed the previous record, which was held by a German dove named Methuselah by over 15 years. Doves in captivity typically have a life expectancy of about 20 years. Orender has had Sugar since the day he hatched. His parents were previously Orender's pets. He said Sugar had a mate named Rose, but she died of natural causes back in '96. So wow. That's incredible. 44-year-old dove. That bird's older than me by 5 years. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is wild.
It is.
We also have a trespasser at California home was an April Fool's dummy. Now this is why this April Fool's stuff is just getting absolutely out of hand and everything. Because now, you're sparking an emergency. I mean, like, this is not what you see from the streets. Hold on a second. This is what you see from the streets. You just see some guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, when you get closer and all this stuff, it becomes apparent. But, I mean, like, all of a sudden you have everybody, concerned.
Yeah.
They locking up their kids. You have the police involved. Like, when does a prank become not a prank anymore? I'd say the instant you try it. Okay. I don't care what level. Just don't do this. We got to stop this April Fool's madness. So, the Laguna Beach Police Department said on social media that officers responded Wednesday to a neighborhood where someone had seen a person camping and drinking next to their home. The officers approached the supposed trespasser and quickly noticed it was a mannequin wearing sunglasses, a fake beard, and a hoodie, and posed with a blanket and a beer bottle. Now, what would be even worse, and I wouldn't put it past people, that they set it up themselves and then call the police. Be like, oh, I got you, April Fools. Like people just
homeowners, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I would assume.
Like whoever actually set up the dummy then called the police and started the whole thing.
I don't know about they called them. Yeah.
I wouldn't. I'm not sure, but I wouldn't. But in today's world, I wouldn't put it past people, and that just makes me sick.
Here's what they should do. The police should do, and they may
arrest them, find them.
Well, they should say, okay, we had 2 police cars and 4 police officers, whatever.
Your paperwork,
out there,
phone bill,
and
gas,
paperwork, all of that has cost the police department $250,000.
The taxpayers. That's even worse.
No.
They're robbing from their neighbors. The taxpayers.
Give them a bill if it's $250,000 or whatever it is.
Yes.
Give them a bill.
Yes.
You owe this to us. That's what they should do.
I agree. What else do we got? 20-year-old breaks record for labeling a map of Europe. So, and we have a little video here. So basically,
map of Europe.
Yeah. So basically, he just he has this map of Europe, and it was like inter-country. So we have Ireland, the United Kingdom.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, no, it's Iceland. Ireland is over here.
Yeah.
Scotland is over here. Britain is over here. That's all the United Kingdom. There's France. There's Germany, Italy, Spain.
So what? Go ahead.
Turkey.
What do you do though? I don't understand.
Well, he's just like Ukraine, Sweden. Like he's typing in a bunch of country names.
Yeah.
And he's like labeling everything. So basically, like he's doing it in a record time. 45.
He's doing it online, right?
Well, I don't know. Like the record-keeping organization is Guinness. Jonathan Feather Ruggles earned the record for the fastest time to identify and type all European countries on the map using Sporkle by completing the task in just 45.85 seconds.
Oh, I see. So he had to identify them. He didn't have a list there.
Well, no, he's just typing up all European countries. And
by memory, though.
By memory, yes. Yeah. So it's not like, oh, what's this country? Oh, it's Portugal. What's this country?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, it's this.
Okay.
No, he's just typing in because... Here, let me bigger this again. If you look, he's just typing in countries, Cyprus, Turkey, and it's just lighting up. So it's not, question 1, question 2. It's just...
No, he's just doing it.
Yeah. That's incredible.
45 seconds,
Yeah. This one's really sad. It's cute, but it's sad. And I don't know how to feel about this. Orphan baby chick gets feather duster as a surrogate mom. That's terrible. You know, its parents are dead. I mean, like, it has a surrogate mom, cool, but it's a feather duster. It's just like this.
Yeah.
This sounds like an attempt to be a Pixar movie or something. Like,
well, if it worked for the chick,
yeah, if it's working,
okay,
then fine. It's
just don't do something with it with Pixar type thing.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
The Animal Rescue League of Iowa said on social media that the baby chick was brought in by someone who found it wandering alone by the Saylorville Dam. The chick was taken to ARL's Second Chance Ranch, where the care team set about making it comfortable. So, and here it is, you know, with a picture of a feather duster.
Okay.
You know,
That's all right.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it.
Well, I mean, like, you know, like, it's nice that it has a surrogate mom, you know, and that feels good, but, like, I'm not sure if he even realizes that it's fake or anything, but as a human looking at it, you know, like, we, of course, have a lot more understanding, so that's where it's sad. It's like, you know...
Especially a baby chick.
Yeah. Top April Fool's Day pranks, Keebler toothpaste, and UGG umbrella. So we have, like, matcha, mayo, Heinz, some kind of ketchup thing here. So, like, these are all different products. So we have cane sauce flavor Coca-Cola, and cane sauce is from Raging Cane's. You know, the sauce from the chicken.
That's what it was.
Yeah, cane sauce.
But they have
good. Yeah. Well, like,
Not
this is
soda.
No. Well, this is the April Fool's joke. They're saying, oh, we have a new product, Coca-Cola cane sauce flavor. You know. Then there's a butt mask for whatever reason. I guess it's like a fart plug or something. No. Like depuff sheet mask, some kind of thing. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. And then a little umbrella for your boot. Like, you know, it has an attachment. You just put it there, but you're not going to be able to wear it because it covers the leg hole. You know, so what? Like, you're putting your Uggs out in the rain. You know, so I mean, and then this one
supposed to make sense.
I know. Well, I'm just, you know.
Or you put it in your closet; they don't get dust inside.
Yeah. Now here's something I can actually get behind: an emergency slice of chocolate orange on your phone case. That I can actually get behind there.
Oh, a true stoner talking.
Then we have some. Then we have like instead of water, you know, have a beer cooler. You know, just put a keg on there. There, it even has an accompanying tap. World of Indulgence, Bojangles, Chocobile. Oh, it's like it's chocolate covered cheese. It's chocolate Babel cheese, but it's chocolate covered.
Whatever those things are in the market.
Yeah, those little cheese things.
They're good too.
Yeah, but if they were chocolate covered, I might actually eat that. That sounds.
Might.
Yeah. Butterfinger flavored ramen. I don't know about that. Keebler toothpaste. You know, cookies. You know, fudge stripes, and pecan sandies.
It's not gonna look so good when you're.
There's that ketchup
your
again.
recesses in between teeth are all gonna be chocolatey.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure if that's another ad or not. So, anyway, we have two more articles here. We have the bottle of wine from 1945 sold for a record-breaking $812,500. That is an expensive wine. Auction house Ackler said the 750 milliliter bottle of 1945 Domaine de la Romanée Comté, originally sourced from the personal wine cellar of Robert Duchin, fetched the record-breaking price at its La Paulée auction during the weekend. The previous most expensive bottle of wine sold at auction was at $558,000 flat in 2018. So this is just under $300,000 more. That's ridiculous. We also have, last but not least, a North Carolina horse performed record-breaking 38 tricks in 3 minutes. Wow. I didn't even realize horses could move that fast.
That's 10 tricks a minute. That's it, yeah.
Well, it says here, completed all 38 tricks in just 2 minutes and 48 seconds.
Oh, less than 3 minutes.
Gringo, what a name. A 19-year-old white Mustang. A white horse named Gringo. Wow. Gee, I wonder what the inspiration for the name of this was.
Yeah.
You know, trained by his owner, Lauren Zepeda, performed tricks including dancing, kicking a ball, waving a flag, ringing a bell, and even playing a keyboard with his nose. Huh. That's pretty cool.
Oh, kudos to
Gringo.
Gringo.
Yeah, and Miss Zepeda. So, and that shall conclude the show for today. Once again, please check the underbar of the description for any Wait a minute, where'd this go? Yeah, for anything that you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. We do have other shows, like the History Show we do every day at 5 p.m. Pacific Time.
Coming up.
Yeah, coming up actually in an hour and a half here. So we got to bolt and head to the gym. Welcome to the show, Ghost. We are actually signing off. So yeah, for all of you and all of us, I'm Xander.
Golden Loon.
And we have Ghost who just joined. And of course, you viewer are you. And until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever that is, be it next Saturday or in an hour and a half from now, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe.